Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot and oracle card reading for all Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to get it started today. This will be our last harvest reading, okay? We're going to lean into a new season, but we're starting off here with the energy of molasses. To move forward, you must know where you are headed. So get a clear plan, get a vision, allow your spiritual team to work with you. Those intuitive hits are meaningful. Those can be guidance sent to you from your guidance system. So trust yourself on that. But let's see here what the tarot can tell y'all. General intuitive reading today, my lovelies. You have the 10 of Cups. Strength. The 10 of Swords. I feel like you've got the Star. I feel like you're going to move on and somebody's not going to be happy. They're going to be sad. I don't feel like they're going to do anything crazy. The Queen of Swords, the 5 of Swords. Yeah, there's an ending with that crap. The Lovers and the 7 of Swords. This is not the outcome, so don't panic. But you definitely have a sideline here, okay? I mean, I'm not going to just ignore this. So we've got Leo, Gemini, Aquarius. You've got a great reading. I do feel like there's somebody who's jealous of you. You got to be careful, too, with this kind of energy, because this is where you say something, it's taken out of context and retold in a way that makes you look bad. Don't let them do that to you. Be careful who you talk to. I'm not trying to make anybody paranoid. It could be a work situation. It could also be somebody who makes an innocent mistake, but what I feel like it does, like their communication is incorrect, and this feels work-related, and it has you swimming against a current. I feel like it's a great time to email, to stay on top of things. I do feel like in some ways, though, there may be something about it that they tried to be helpful with, and they just missed the mark entirely. I don't love this. I feel like it can be prevented. It's all this air energy too. So communication is key to this, especially with the Queen of Swords. Now, if you do have somebody who get a little bit of a squabble up, again, I feel like they would do anything to talk and say things that aren't true. So you just got to keep your side of the street clean. I wouldn't be giving them texts and other ammunition where they can say, see, look at this, look what they sent me. And especially as you're getting into the holidays, right? If it's like some sibling or somebody you don't get along with in your family, you don't want them showing up to dinner, throwing around texts in everyone's faces. No thanks. We'll pass. Now, this is really nice. I like the 10 of Cups here too. I do feel like you have a wonderful energy here. It's wish fulfillment. It's getting along great with everyone else in your life other than that, okay? Other than what we just led with. I do feel like with this too, if it's in terms of a relationship, it could be an ex too that's pissed. Like you have somebody here who they don't see any bad in you. In terms of too, the things that we all have, the foibles we all have, doesn't bother them. Whoever this is, it doesn't even feel like a key player. There's not any friction here. But how you handle yourself matters. They keep saying that and they keep beating on that drum. So if it's something work-related, I feel like everything will get resolved, but how you handle yourself is going to matter. And so keep the emails clean. Don't do something where you have to get called into like HR because you write something that then somebody blows the whistle and it makes you look unprofessional. You don't want that. Especially if it is somebody who screws up repeatedly. Take a day. Think about it before you respond. So with this 10 of Cups, you do have a wonderful energy. This can be reunions, so family gatherings. It looks like a wonderful time for that. The 10 of Cups, though, is a rainbow after the storm. So I feel like they're trying to tell you whatever little bugaboo you have going on here will be A-okay. But I do feel like it's with the caveat that you handle it well, that you handle yourself, that you do what you can to control what you can control, which is you and your reactions and your interactions. Obviously, we can't control other people. They're going to screw up. They're going to be intentionally rude and nasty at times. But, at least the nasty ones, once they show you that, you don't have to deal with them anymore. That's when you can say, okay, this is not a match. This is not going to work. So with this 10 of Cups energy, I do feel like it's a time of really seeing things working through, being in a much better place. It's always darkest before the dawn, isn't it? And so with the energy of strength, it's grace under pressure. Like I said, there's something here about learning to control a trigger in yourself, a hot button. And I understand this because some people don't just push buttons, they hold that damn button down. And they keep pushing, don't they? Oh, yeah, they do. And so when you know who they are, don't give them the satisfaction. You're in charge of you. Nobody else is. Now, I do get it if it is somebody who's a total nincompoop. I have somebody I work with who's fairly incompetent. He was about to miss a deadline. My boss asked me, when is it due? I told her. Oddly enough, he shows up at the end of the day before I get to leave, before I'm leaving. I say, look, you got 4 minutes to fill me in. Because I'm not staying late for him because he's always running late. Okay, now I was nice and kind of joking, but he also knew. I didn't mean maybe. So it's one of those where you don't go off on them. You don't need to start taking their inventory. Let your boss do it. So whatever it is, now if it's a service provider too, and it comes to an ending, again, I do it with grace. And you never know, okay? I hate to say this because it's not to like, try to play dumb, but I feel like there's something about this if it's a service provider. Just not ending on bad terms seems important to me. And I know if you're the customer, it's like, why does that matter? I can't completely tell you, but I feel like there's something about it that they're saying not to burn any bridges. And I don't know if you're going to need them later. You'll have to come back and tell me it. That's what I didn't want to say in case you need them later, because it seems kind of, I don't know, it seems a little sketchy, but it happens, doesn't it? So the 10 of Swords shows up and there is an ending, and it's somebody that I feel like is going to be so dramatic about it. And this is drama. This is not necessarily reality. It's a dramatic ending that they make more drama than needs to be here. So I do feel like somebody that makes an honest mistake, though, may be very embarrassed about the whole thing. So with the energy of the Star, I don't see it as happening as something you do. I feel like it's somebody around you. So I feel like with this Star energy, you're going to keep moving forward. You got a little speed bump. You're going to slow down, go over the bump, and then you're going to go on. And so with this energy of the Star, it is wish fulfillment. It's also that unwavering faith in Source, that way of you keeping control of your reactions. But also when you do that, you're going to see how the path in the field seems to clear. Things start showing up. They get a lot better. People are working better together. This is a card that means better times are here. And so you've got great companionship too. Aside from one little rascal in the mix, overall you're going to have great companions. And I do feel like because things are so positive overall in the reading, it's just not going to take up too much of your energy. Okay, I do feel like you're going to move forward in a nice way with the Queen of Swords. This should help clear up the miscommunications that may be prone to happening, but she also won't make the same mistake twice. So I feel like once you see it, you're not going to go back to it. Somebody's going to show you their true colors, whether it's incompetency or it's that edgy energy we talked about. And once that happens, it's how it is. I just don't see you saying, let me try that again. With the energy of the 5 of Swords here, you've got a battlefield, but I just see you not attending every fight you're invited to. There's a change card here, and I do feel like it's so much for the better. Once you're done with this, you won't miss it. You're going to be saying, I don't need that drama. I don't need that confusion, that uncertainty. I don't need to have somebody who gets my blood pressure up every time I have to interact with them. So I do feel like with this, you're coming out on the other side. Now, the Lovers, we haven't really talked about much, but it's such an important card here. The energy of the Lovers is about choices. And it's also, too, in the Major Arcana, it's one of those times where you really learn what love is. So the compassion that you have with Strength coupled with the Lovers is going to bring in a new flavor to things where it really feels like there's a deep understanding, both for you and perhaps you for somebody else. But with this Lovers, in terms of a match, it's a soulmate. It's somebody who sees forever with you. And it's somebody who will be gentle, they'll be kind, they'll be loving. But I also feel like they have another side where they'll really stand up for you, where they will be protective. And if you're in a relationship with them right now and you're tangling with somebody, I feel like they're going to try to tell you that it's not really worth your time, not to get too worked up, not to be too upset, not to try to change your mind, but I feel like they're going to try to like put it into perspective so that you don't overreact and then create a mess for yourself. And I feel like they do it out of love. It's not because they don't think it's important. I feel like they're like, call me and vent to me, yell at me. You know, I can take it. Don't go off on them. Do it to me and we'll just understand it's role playing. There's a lot of great role playing in a relationship. I'm not sure that's what everybody's looking for, but if it saves you a problem at work, why not? So the Seven of Swords we've talked about with the proper precautions, so that yellow in the background means you will be A-okay with it. You just got to watch your step a little bit around it. And the angel answers, look for a sign. The universe is always communicating with you. Oh, look at this. We've got romance. I haven't seen this one yet. So somebody's about to turn up the dial on your heart. Recovery. Take action, they say. And you've got a yes, because you create your own reality. You can have, do, or be anything. I love you, Scorpio. I'll be back again soon.